Okay, we're still in exercise set 69 and we're doing problem number 20. Again, my advice is this: if you can do number 20, you're satisfied with your answer, you check it against my key, and you have no questions, you move on. What's this for? For those students that are looking at this and are befuddled by what they're reading. So I'm going to go to the whiteboard and I'm going to work it. All right, so go to the whiteboard now and let's take a look at this. And I got to get my pen out. Let me see if I got my pen working. Yeah, I got my pen working. We're doing 29, and again, this is an exercise set 69. So, I always say when you're reading a word problem, what you really need to do is concentrate on what are they asking for. And kind of a quick read through that. It says, how long does each alone take to do the work? And I don't know the answer to that. So I'm going to talk about there's two things working, A and B. Now, whether they're people or machines, incidental to me. And I'm going to say it takes X hours to complete the job, and I'm going to say it takes BY hours to complete the job. All right, and it's just me thinking through the problem. I know what the question is. How many hours if they worked alone? And by the way, this is X hours alone and Y hours alone. So, keep reading, and then it goes on. I'll go back to the beginning. I'm looking for what they're saying about this now. It says A can do a piece of work in 2 hours less than B. So, to me, this means this, that X is somehow related to Y, and it says that X can do the job 2 hours less than it takes B. Well, that's going to be this over here. And this could be written a little differently. This could be written as X plus 2 is equal to Y. All right, and that really doesn't tell me much other than the fact that, X is faster than Y at the job. All right, so now what I'm going to do is kind of read through it. And it says that if they work together, I want to point out what work is. Work, simple work anyway, work would be equal to rate times time, and works are certainly additive, all right? So what do I mean by if I'm doing something, you're doing something, we can add our works together and complete the job. So what I'm going to do is, it says that if they work together, the amount of time they would spend on it would be 1 1/8 hours less than A alone. Well, A takes X. So X minus, let me write this over, 1 1/8, this is hours, and that's the same thing as 9/8 of an hour, or hours. So I'm going to say, they each are given this amount of time to work. And I can't understand what I'm talking about. It's work is rate times time, and they're going to complete the full job, by the way. Now, what I want to do is talk about A's work now, just A, right? How fast does A work? Well, he can do one job every X hours. Plus, let's go to the next guy. The next guy's going to, the B guy, he can do one job every Y hours. And how many hours is he allowed to work? X minus 9/8. And when I add their works together, I should get the number 1. So what I'm going to claim over here, just in reading the problem, they told me this so far. And again, the understanding is, how many hours does it take A to complete a job? X hours. How many hours does it take B to do a job? Y hours. All right. Now, this is where I personally stopped thinking. And, when I stop thinking, I got to start doing. And my work over here now is with this stuff over here. And I have 2 equations, 2 unknowns. And I certainly would like to simplify it. And so what I'm going to do, and I'll write this down for you, and I'm going to multiply both sides by xy first, that equation. And what would you get? You'd get y x minus 9/8 plus, again, I'm multiplying by xy, you would get x times x minus 9/8. And I'm multiplying both sides by xy, fair and equal treatment, that would be xy. And now I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. And what are you going to get? Y, 8x minus 9 plus x, 8x minus 9. And again, I'm multiplying both sides by 8. You get 8xy. All right, let me keep going. And what do you get over here? 8xy, I'm just simplifying, that's all I'm doing, minus 9y plus 8x squared minus 9x equals 8xy. Well, I got some troubles, but I'll write them down for you. So 8x squared, I see that right here, And let's continue to write things down. So I'm seeing, minus 9y. I'm seeing minus 9x. I'm seeing that there and there. And then, the xy's just disappear, don't they? Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. That's 0. So things are getting a little bit easier, but I still have 2 letters. So what I need to do, I need to simplify. Let me see if I can do that. In other words, get rid of one of the letters. I'm going to get rid of y. What does y equal? X plus 2. All right, y is equal to x. You know what? I made a mistake. I just noticed it. Okay, I don't know how that happened, it does. Let me make sure y is x plus 2. Yeah, let's do it. So what do you get over here? 8x squared minus 9x minus 18 minus 9x equals 0. Things are getting, a little bit easier. But I'm not even thinking about the problem anymore. I'm just thinking about getting rid of this thing to the, I shouldn't say get rid of it, getting to the end of it where I know where x is. And it's going to be minus 18x minus 18 equals 0. And I'm going to divide both sides by 2. It makes it easier for me. I like smaller numbers. And now be 9x minus 9 equals 0. This is where I always, I always say some people are really quick at factoring. Other people like to, sit around and do something. But I guess I have to write something down, right? So let's see if we can do that. And let me put this down now. And I got to be real careful there, don't I? So let's put this down. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, maybe it's 4x and x and 3 and 3. Minus plus. I'm not saying that's right, by the way. I'm just saying it's worth a try. I like trial and error, by the way. So 4x times x, 4x squared. That works beautifully. Yet minus 12x plus 3x is minus 9x. Yeah, it works out beautifully. So what's x going to be? X would equal, what is that? That's going to be minus 3/4, or x would equal 3. Again, I want to repeat this. I'm not thinking. All I'm doing is solving a system. And what's y going to be? X plus 2. I'll write that down for you. Y is x plus 2. So what would y be equal to? Well, this one's easy. That's 5. And this one's going to be, let's see, minus 3/4 plus 2. And 2 is 8/4, right? So that's going to be 5/4. So I have 2 ordered pairs for this particular system of equations. Minus 3/4, 5/4. And what's the other one going to be? 3, 5. But I got to be honest with you, if you thought about what you read, and say, I can't remember, x was the amount of hours it took A to complete the job. This is ridiculous. All right? So what's the answer? It takes A 3 hours. A takes 3 hours to do the job, takes 3 hours. And B takes 5 hours. All right? Again, what I recommend you do is, please look at the answer key. The reason for that is to make sure that you understand the answer keys are written up for a reason. We certainly want people to read that. And that's certainly indicated. I also want to point out a graph is there for you as well. All right? A graph is there. All right? Thank you so much for paying attention. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.